Hi students, this is the end of week 5 video on your next project. We will be doing projects in Illustrator. This next project is about a mandala. A mandala is a cultural icon used in many cultures to represent the universe, the cosmos, um, and also your internal universe, your within you. There is a video up with Tibetan monks creating a sand mandala that I want you to watch before you start your project. But basically, this video is a short tutorial on how to make a mandala in Adobe Illustrator. So basically, these are some mandalas that were made from other students in my classes. This one's a really beautiful one here on the left. Here's another one, uh, another mandala. Here's another mandala. Notice the around the mandala is a background which you'll be putting in this background. So basically, the mandala is here and the background's behind it in Adobe Illustrator. So, how do you go about creating a mandala and shapes around a center axis? So I'm going to open up a document, a new document, and I've got this document, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the circle, oops, that's not a circle around the center here so that our mandala is going to be this circle. There's a template that you can download for the background for the mandala to create your mandala. But basically, this circle is where the mandala is going to be. How do you create shapes around the circle? Um, this is actually one of the best ways to do it. So I'm going to take my polygon tool and I'm going to make a triangle. Now you can make any shape you want, but for this tutorial I'm going to make a triangle, and I'm going to make that triangle pretty small, and then I'm going to take out the outline and color the triangle. So now I have the blue triangle. And then I need a reference dot. So I'm going to make a circle, and it's going to be small. It's going to be pretty small. So that's a circle, and I'm going to color that circle a different color. I'm just going to make it black. So it's important to have the Smart Selection tool on, or Smart Guide tool on. So to turn Smart Guides on, you go View and then turn Smart Guides on. So right now that's off. View, Smart Guides. And Smart Guides allows us to, you'll see these little lines, pink lines, to line things up. And what I want to do is line up that circle. Let's zoom in a little bit just so you can see this. And I want to line up that circle right in the center of that triangle. So right there. So that's lined up right in the center of the triangle. And then I want to select all of them. I'm going to select all of them, and then I'm going to hit group. So this whole thing is grouped as one unit. So how do I create this around the circle? So basically what I want to do is go to Effect, Effect and Distort and Transform, and go to Transform. This dialog box will appear. So what's the first thing to do is down here at the bottom next to copies, you want the origin point to be at the bottom. So I'm clicking down at the bottom, So you can make the origin point in different areas, but I want to click the origin point at the bottom, and I'm going to make 16 copies go around the circle. So 16 copies, and you press tab, and you could keep preview on so you can see, and then you want to figure out the angle of rotation. So the best way to do that is, since a circle all the way around is 360 degrees, you put 360 degrees, 360 degrees slash means divided by 16. So now we're going to have 16 shapes go around a 360-degree circle. So there we go. So actually, because there's an extra shape there, you want to deduct. So I'm going to go back to my transform. You want to, oops, sorry, let me do this again. I didn't want to hit return. So you want to deduct that last, so 360 divided by 16. And, oops, cancel. Let me do this again, sorry. So I want to set my point at the bottom. I want 16 copies. 360 divided by 16. And then I want to deduct 1. So it's 15 copies, because I have already 1. So there's my objects. So how do I get it to go around the circle? So I can drag this whole thing and center it. Let's see. Get it to center. Oops. Get it to center in the center of the circle where that dot is, right there. So that's in the center. Then I double click and I'm in layer mode, in single layer mode, and I drag, and now I have my objects around the circle. What's great about this now is if I wanted to, I could, let's see, I could change that triangle with my direct selection tool and just pull, and now I've got that changed and everything will change with it. I could even add another object as long as it lines up in the center. As long as it lines up in the center of this, I could add other objects in this. To this mandala. So right now, this is still a single object. So when you want to finalize it, you get out of layer mode, single layer mode, by clicking this arrow. So now we're in single layer mode, and you want to select, because it's just really this object, these are copies, you want to select that object and go to Object, Expand Appearance. So now each one of these are individually made objects to which you can go in and start changing things around. Now, you don't have to actually do triangles and circles. You could do any kind of um, drawing. So I'm going to go back. I'm I'm back in my layer mode. Oops. And I'm going to go ahead and use the pen tool and draw. See, I can draw things. In there instead of just using regular objects. So that's how to essentially work on your mandala. And then, of course, you can place a background just like you did in your other projects. Um, let's see if I have a background here. Um, I'm just going to place a background. Oops. Excuse the phone. But now I have a background for the mandala. You can't quite see it, but excuse the message. So there we go. So I put a background, the mandala's on top, and so that's how you create a mandala. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.